Forward. Question is, are they going to wear out?
Downs draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Watch this, John. You don't see a post situation very often. He's backing Eton down, and then he becomes a point guard from the post, and he finds Micah Downs open in that weak side corner.
So there you go. Jeremy Pargo, 2 and 7 when he scores 20 or more, but when the assists are high. And it's interesting because that echoes what the NBA people told him.
Well, and the big thing for Jeremy Pargo is how much does your ego affect the season? You're a senior, and you know you want to be averaging double figures, 14, 15, or 16, wanting to impress NBA scouts. But as has been talked about to him by his coaches and his brother Gennaro, run Gonzaga's team and get them deep in the tournament, and you'll get all the exposure you need.
Barely 3 minutes into this second half, and we've already had 3 ties and 3 lead changes.
Good look.
Bolden down low. Day tried to toss the Heitfeld. And Bolden spinning on the baseline, hanging, couldn't finish. Manello the rebound.
Look how quick Oklahoma State gets out. They got 4 guys that can handle it in transition.
Downs pulls down the Anderson miss.
Watch the lob.
Day couldn't corral it, and it'll go the other way. Tomorrow on ESPN2, couple of college basketball games from the Dick's Sporting Goods NIT tip-off, and 1:30 Eastern, third place game UAB NBC. Then 3:30 it's the championship. Number 9 Purdue, number 13 Oklahoma. The Dick's Sporting Goods NIT tip-off, part of Feast Week, presented by Lowe's. ESPN2 on Friday, and of course Blake Griffin, who has been ferocious this year, try and lead Jeff Capel's team to the title.
And Matt Painter's done a remarkable job of rebuilding Boilermaker basketball as well.
Anderson fouls Downs on the floor. That is the 3rd foul on James Anderson. So Harris, Thomas, and Anderson all with 3 for an Oklahoma team that is not especially deep.
And on the other hand, Heitfeld gets that 3rd foul. They play him a little bit, and then they go to the bench to settle him down, and they've got the depth to bring in a guy like Sacre, only a sophomore, but a big body. Tell you what, you're not going to get by Byron Eton physically.
Great move by Downs, but he couldn't finish. Sacre fighting for the loose ball. Harris comes away with it, and they get Austin Day. 3rd foul on Day. Mike Few's team leading by 2, breaking the action here from the Old Spice Classic in Orlando. And here at the Milk House, Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex in Lake Buena Vista, the Old Spice Classic, part of Feast Week, presented by Lowe's. Gonzaga by 2, but Obi Manello's been doing a little bit of everything.
Well, this is a guy that came to Oklahoma State as a scorer out of Santa Fe High School, Edmond, Oklahoma, right outside Oklahoma City. He's got the range to knock down threes because he is, by and large, a perimeter player. But how about this, John? He's had to be the 4-man for Oklahoma State on a defensive end. He averaged 3 rebounds a game last year, and he's already got 11 tonight. He's already got a double-double on the season. So Obi Manello, at only 6'5", really has sacrificed his overall game for the good of this undermanned Cowboy team.
Just the junior dealt with a lot this summer. He actually worked out at home with his family, his brothers watching over him. One of them, Chuddy, is in remission, stage 3 lymphoma, and that's certainly good news. We wish him the best, but Obi got a chance to be under the watchful eye of his brothers, and Travis Ford was checking in to make sure that Obi was doing well.
Well, these guys are in terrific condition, and they're going to have to be, because the starting 5 is playing a lot of minutes this year.
And right there, they get Ibrahima Thomas with the foul.
Now, he's a promising young postman, but let me tell you what's not smart here. You got a guy in Sacre who's not yet proven that he can score in low, and you're 7 feet as well. So why do you need to foul him? Even if he catches the ball 8 feet from the basket and he makes a move over you, you now pick up a foul and you're going to sit down for a while. And he got in foul trouble a lot last year as a freshman.
Sacre kicks out to Gray, and he's off the mark, but a good board by Downs. So you're saying he needs to show you he can score there. Talking about Sacre.
Yeah, why pick up a foul on a guy? It's not like, you know, you're guarding Tyler Hansborough. With all due respect to Sacre, let him make a couple, but don't put your team in a bad spot because you pick up a cheap foul.
Brown pops out after the screen by Sacre. They feed him down low, off the window, can't hit, and the Cowboys the other way, trying to tie or take the lead.
And there's unfortunately, the young man proved my point right there. He's going to be a good player, but he's not proven to be a scorer yet. And he hadn't played all year.
Lead pass to Downs, toss to Pargo, can't finish. And the tap, the officials look at each other. It stays Gonzaga basketball. I don't think anybody touched it after it was tapped.
I agree. I don't think anybody from the orange jerseys touched it. And it's one of those things where I think watch this now. See, and you see the point. I love that by Sacre. The officials aren't sure. Sacre points Gonzaga direction, and you want to do that. Sell the officials on the call.
Doug Shows and Jim Burr were looking at each other, so they said, Zags basketball.
Good IQ play by Sacre.
Pargo couldn't get it to go over Page. Terrell Harris finds Page.
Good shot fake.
Brown underneath, soft touch.
Nice move by Anthony Brown. He was an afterthought last year because of a shoulder injury.
Yeah, Brown missed the last 16 games last year with shoulder surgery. Golden shot no good, out of bounds. Oklahoma State ball.
Nice dish. Keaton Page, you can really shoot it, so you got to honor the pump fake. Watch that. He flies by him, Gray, and that opens up a situation inside for Anthony Brown. The other question you have if you're Gonzaga, if you're thinking about Gonzaga as an Elite Eight Final Four team, the defensive end has always been a little bit of a question mark because they're so good offensively. And then you have to ask yourself, if you need a big basket, who do you go to? Sometimes when you have 4 or 5 guys on the floor that can score, there's really nobody to take over.
Double dribble and a turnover, and the Zags, as per usual, they play a brutal non-conference schedule.
Of course, they've really gone to school on this through the years. And interestingly, as the non-conference schedule has gotten more difficult, the West Coast Conference has gotten more difficult. This year, San Diego, St. Mary's, Santa Clara building a program.
Zags have played a brutal non-conference schedule seemingly every year. I mean, out of conference as tough as anybody's, and that's something Mark Few believes in. Going to test his team. Heitfeld missing a 3.
But you can do it when you're in a league like the West Coast Conference, because you're not going to get tested all that much in conference.
Anderson has his shot blocked.
West Coast Conference pretty good, but it's not like the rigors of going through the Big 12 or the ACC or the Big East.
Let's go to Andy Katz. Andy?
Well, just picking up on your point, I mean, Gonzaga has really made a fine art of this at their level, which they've now elevated to being an elite program, where they don't do one-way games anymore. They only do true home and homes or play neutral courts or in tournaments like this. And every year now they have become a coveted franchise, if you will, in tournaments just like this in Maui.
Ray hits that 3.
NIT and on and on. They're going to pick up quality games throughout the course of their non-conference. And as Fran said, St. Mary's now can become a quality win or not so bad a loss once they get into conference.
Eaton over Heitfeld. That was nicely done.
Eaton showing the ability to drive to the rim with either hand. That was well done. Good quickness and strength. Well, it's the Memphis philosophy, really. You know you're going to dominate your conference. You'll have a few tough games, but you can do whatever you want at a conference because of that reason.
Days 3 in and out. Harris corrals it. Manello over Heitfeld, and he hits. Obi Manello, 11 points and 14 rebounds.
How about that dribble penetration, too? You've got 4 guys on the floor right now for Oklahoma State that can all beat you off the dribble.
Oklahoma State leading by a point, and that guy right there is doing it all. Puts it on the floor, soft touch, Cowboys lead. The night